Rockford leaders dedicate $500,000 toward meeting a federal deadline. WIFR's Nathaniel Langley learns why City Council hopes new staff boost the lead pipe replacement program.
Daniel, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency requires nearly every community to stop using lead service lines by 2037. Rockford's Public Works Director hopes 3 new crew members takes pressure off reaching that federal cutoff.
The committee recommends approval of the hiring request from the
Rockford's Water Division prepares for its budget to balloon by nearly 1,200%.
And with that increase in scale comes an increase in our needs to staff the positions.
City Council unanimously approved 3 new positions for the division at Monday's meeting.
And this is directly in response to federally mandated and upheld requirements by the EPA.
Public Works Director Scott Sanders cites the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's deadline for cities to replace lead pipes by 2037.
It's a fairly overwhelming requirement being placed on us right now.
Rockford has changed about 4,400 lead lines since starting in 2017.
This is a great public safety measure that the city can support.
But about 30,000 pipes await replacement.
So it's very important to make sure we're delivering clean water to our residents here in Rockford.
Hiring 2 project managers and a water utility technician will cost a little more than $500,000.
The citizens of Rockford, we try to be the best stewards of their money.
City Council members see the additions as an investment in safer water.
And tonight's vote is just the first kind of step in that direction of making sure that we can fulfill this federal requirement.
Sanders added another reason behind the hires is an increase in Julie calls. With more construction and fiber installation in the last 2 years, Rockford has seen a jump of 14,000 requests to learn about underground utility lines before digging.
Now, the city swapped out 850 lead lines last year. Public Works must ramp up replacement to 3,000 annually starting next year in order to meet that federal guideline.